Welcome back to Coach Bill's Sports Show. As always, I'm Coach Bill. Let's break down some wide receiver rankings for the draft this year. It's a talented group. If your pro team needs a wide receiver, this is a year to find one. You got a bunch of them. We'll start off with hands down my number one, the only true number one wide receiver in this draft, Quentin Johnson out of TCU. I think he measured 6'2", 6'3", something like that at the combine. Around 210 pounds. Didn't run the 40, but supposedly runs it around 4.46, 4.45. This is man. There's not much this man can't do on the football field. He is precise. It's so crispy to watch him run his routes. Solid body control. And his start-stop ability is darn near perfect. His size, his speed. He has the ability to truly dominate downfield. And accelerate to get the top off of a defense. Make those corners move quickly, and with his route running, he's able to stop and cut back, let them run past him, and get himself open. Excellent body control. Absolutely excellent body control. Able to dominantly get to that high point and make sure he comes down with the ball. Makes difficult catches look easy. Back shoulder throws with this guy are just a quarterback's dream. He's there every time. His one drawback, the only flaw I've found in this man's profile, he's not a super dominant blocker, but TCU never really asked him to be. So from what I can see on film, he's not a dominant blocker, but that could change. He could get a coach that teaches him. He could have it there, and he just didn't do it as often in the college level because it wasn't asked of him. But Quentin Johnson, he's my true number one. I definitely see him going in the top 10. If he slides past the top 10, I think people are absolutely crazy. He's phenomenal. I'm just going to leave it at that. He is phenomenal as a wide receiver. Number two, might surprise some people, might not. Might call me biased because this boy is from University of Tennessee, but Jalen Hyatt, reigning Blishnikov winner. He's lower on some other people's boards than he is on mine. But I've also gotten to have a first-hand look at him, and he is fast. I know he ran a 4.40 at the combine, but I don't think he was going full speed. He had some hamstring issues. So from what I've heard from the team, around the team, they expected him to run in the 4.29s, 4.31s. So, kid is fast. And he's not just quick fast. He is sustainable fast. The guy has a 10.46 100 meter from when he was in high school. He is the type of guy that if you don't have somebody over top of him, he's going to burn you every day of the week. There was reports from a cornerback coach, defensive back coach, and from a pro team. They didn't name the team. They didn't name the coach. But it said, if he gets past you, he's gone. There's nothing you can do. And that's true. He showed that against the top defenders and top secondaries in the college ranks this past season in the SEC. He's got long arms, and he plays a lot bigger than his 6 foot frame. I think it's 6 foot. Hold on. Let's see. What did he measure it at? Yep, exactly 6 foot. At the combine. And his catch radius just keeps expanding. The kid can make some amazing stuff happen. He is smaller, which opens him up to jams, but that's the only way you're going to stop this guy. You got to jam him off the line. He's willing to block. He's not the best because he is a little smaller, but he's willing to block. He showed that at Tennessee. But the truly dominant thing he has is speed. Don't let him get onto a team with. Don't let him hit the Chargers. Don't let him hit the Kansas City Chiefs. You give him a strong quarterback like one of those, or even Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen. You give him a strong quarterback like that can just launch the ball for him. Good luck. Good luck. Jalen Hyatt is my number 2, and speed kills, folks. Speed kills. Number 3, he didn't have the best draft, but watching his film, it's still Jordan Addison for me. 2021's Balishnikov winner. Went to USC this last year. Had some drop balls that really kind of hurt him, but brand new quarterback, brand new system. I can forgive some of that. He's got good speed. He's got a good package together. He didn't have the best workout of all time, but he's got a good overall package. Trying to see what he ran. Yeah, he ran a 4.49. So I mean, not Jalen Hyatt fast, but he's not slow either. He's 5'11", which hurts him a little bit, but if he can get his concentration drops down, I think he's going to be a solid player in the league. For me, he's going to be one of those solid players that stays in a slot. Whereas Jalen can play the outside, has that ability because of his speed. I think Jordan Addison gets stuck in the slot position. Number 4 on my list is Jackson Smith and Jimba. There's some recency stuff with him. He didn't play a lot this past season because of injuries. But he looked good at the combine. He didn't look great. He looked good. Looked like somebody was still coming off an injury. He spent the majority of the year sidelined with hamstring stuff. But in 2021, he was the leading receiver for a team that had Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, both of which who were in Rookie of the Year conversations. And Garrett Wilson was the winner of the Rookie of the Year. So he's talented. He is very talented. He's able to get separation. He does a good job tracking the ball deep. So he's a legit vertical threat. And he's quick. He can eat those slants up all day long. So it's just, how healthy is he? That's what it comes down to. That's why he slid down to 4 for me. It's how healthy are you? If you're healthy, if you're good to go, then Jackson Smith and Jimba could be a stud for somebody's team. Speaking of studs, I know a lot of people don't know about this kid because of where he played. He played for Boston College. They're going to tell me he's undersized at 5'9", 182 pounds. They're going to say he's not as fast as he should be for that size. He ran a 4.42. They're going to say he's not as athletic because his vertical was, 35.5. But put on the film. The reason Boston College had any passing attack was Zay Flowers. Remember the name. He is a dog. D-A-W-G, dog. The closest thing that I can remember for this kid is a young Steve Smith. Now, I don't want to put that kind of pressure on him because Steve Smith was a man that could throw down and didn't care who. There were points in his career where he would line up and just start boxing DBs. Not even run around, just start throwing hands. But I see that kind of dog in Zay Flowers. He's a savvy route runner for his size. Sudden breaks in and out. He's got amazingly strong hands. 78 catches, 1,077 yards, and 12 touchdowns for Boston College, who, let's face it, isn't a dominant force. Nobody's talking about their quarterback. Nobody's talking about them in the ACC at all. You know, Boston College is a mediocre school when it comes to football in the ACC. Zay Flowers is not mediocre by any means. He's dangerous when it comes deep. He's dangerous off the slant and the quick moves. His quick moves. He makes some moves where you're just like, whew, and he's open. He's open, able to make a catch. He's violent and unafraid to run with the ball after it's in his hands. 2 or 3 times there's video of him running into and running over defensive backs that were bigger than him just because he wanted it. He wanted the fight. Zay Flowers is my number 5, but he's also my sleeper for this draft. He has that ability. He has that talent that if the right team gets him, absolute top end is Steve Smith, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous for anybody. It's dangerous that we have a second one of those at all. Zay Flowers, one hell of a kid. I really, really hope he does well. Another guy who made a good bit of money, and I'll make him my honorable mention, Cedric Tillman. Didn't have the greatest of seasons, dealt with an injury at Tennessee this year, but came in with some strong measurables, made some great catches during the passing session. 6'3", 213 pounds, so he's the right size, right ability. 4.54 on the 40. Not super fast, but he's still quick. He's very average in some of his aspects, but he's what you want at wide receiver. He's going to drop down in this class just because of how deep the class is, but I think he's a name that gets lost when drafting, but gets found when the season happens. I think we start talking about how did this guy drop to the 3rd round? How did this guy drop to the 4th round? I think that's the type of talent he has. He showed it in 2021, dealt with some issues in 2022 injury-wise, but I think he's going to be a steal for somebody. And I just hope he goes to the right team. If he's on the right team, he's going to be dangerous. So those are my wide receivers from this draft class. The top 5 plus an honorable mention. These are the guys that I expect to be home run hits. I expect somebody to snag these guys and they start producing day one. They're just talented. Every single one of them. And like I said, this draft class is deep. I didn't even touch on Mims Jr., Josh Downs, Dell out of Houston, Rashid Rice out of SMU. There's a lot of talent in this draft for wide receivers. So, hey, if you need a wide receiver, this is the one. This is the one. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, just like always. If there's any wide receivers I missed, you want to let me know about, put them down in the comments. If you disagree with one of my guys, let me know. Let's have a conversation. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Ready, break.